What's up guys, my name's Ross, I live here in Cape Town, South Africa, love cars. This is my project, Citi Golf, Mark 1 Golf, whatever you want to call it. We have a lot of them here in South Africa. I'm running a 2-litre 8-valve turbocharged engine. I've had a lot of issues over the past 5 years and blown a lot of motors. Hopefully you guys will join me on my journey on getting this thing back on the road. Let's get to it. Here's the new parts that I got. I had to get my Conrod small ends resized because the new pistons, 2.6 caravel pistons, the gudgeon pin on those is 1mm smaller, so I had to get these resized from 21mm inner diameter to 20mm. New Power and Montague Gardens did that for me, and they did quite a good job, as you can see there. Also relatively inexpensive, so I definitely suggest them. Their workmanship is amazing. New sump gasket, new tapper cover gasket. There's the new steel multi-layer head gasket. I got some new vacuum lines, some heat wrap for the exhaust because it sits quite far back there. I'll show you now. Vacuum distribution block that I've needed. Had my injectors. These are 550cc Denso injectors. I had them tested and cleaned and they're all fine, so at least I have that peace of mind. New lifters, piston rings, head bolts, new wastegate. I could only get a 50mm one in this bolt pattern here. Apparently it's like a Audi 500 or something like that bolt pattern. New gaskets and new downpipe for the turbo, which I've never had before. New big end bearings as well. Here's the old wastegate. Nothing special at all. It's been on the car since I've had it, so thought it was time for a bit of a replacement. Custom made intake. It's cracked a few times since I've had it. I didn't make it. Breather tank. There's my fuel lines come regulator. That's what the heat wrap's for. You got the standard 80Y 2-litre block. Those pistons should hopefully sit low. So I'm trying to get a lower compression. Water lines here, boost pipes, dump valve, oil cooler off to the side. I've tried to channel the air in there with that ABS plastic, but I'll probably have to remake that. And yeah, I'm just going to get on, sort all these bolts out, clean up this engine bay and get ready to work in it. And then let's see how far we get. Alright, so after sorting out all these bolts, I found that I was lucky. This is just a whole bunch of bolts that were left over while rebuilding everything here between all the different chassis. So here's the old head bolts, not going to be using that. Hose or boost pipe clamp. This is my alternator bracket. Definitely think I need to make something, a better plan there. There's a sump bolts as mentioned previously. Turbo bolts that go onto the manifold over there. Alright, that's for the block breather. That's for vacuum line. That's for the downpipe. Those over there are for the intake, and these are for the tappet cover. So I've got all the bolts sorted out. So right now, what I'm going to do is going to come over here. I'm going to set you guys up, and then I'm going to neaten up this engine bay. pretty much all the parts I pulled off my car when it blew up on the dyno the last time. So I'll quickly show you what I've got, like the head setup and everything. So here we have the head of the motor, shitty cast exhaust manifold. This is all that came on the car since I've had it. It's worked for now. Once the car's actually driving and reliable, hopefully then I'll make my own custom one. Vernier cam pulley. It's just a standard G cam, nothing fancy. I'm not too clued up on the whole cam story, so that's just what I've left it with. As you can see, crossflow head. I've made the stand for the head to sit on while it's off the car. That's how often it's been off. Then over here we've got the old steel head gasket. As you can see, it's like multiple layers. So I'm going to be taking the center one out of that and putting it in the new head gasket, also in the center, to hopefully lower the compression a bit more. Sump with the drainage for the turbo. Here's my oil pump. Here's the thing that everybody wants to see. Got no idea what size it is. The closest thing I can come up to online is a triple K K27 turbo. So yeah, ball bearing turbo, water, oil, breathers for the tappet cover and the block, and then there's a nice K&N air filter for the turbo so nothing gets sucked in there at the back of the engine bay. Alright, so here's the inside of my car. I don't know if this light's gonna work. So there's a panel there in the center where the radio normally would be. The start button, voltmeter, oil pressure, water temperature, boost, and AFRs. Switches for the fans. Nice deep dish steering wheel. It is only from Chinatown. I put a whole new spec dash in here, but it's pretty much all stripped behind it. It's very minimal anything in this car. But I might eventually put a radio in it. Standard dictator, which is good enough for now. Well, running a battery from the back definitely takes a lot more juice than usual. This is the battery I'm running. It is huge, absolutely huge. It sits taller than the whole spare wheel well. But it gets the job done, and it's a quality battery, so can't complain about that. I now quickly took off all extra boost pipes, water pipes, vacuum lines, water feed for the turbo, the dump valve, everything that was just going to get in the way. Let me show you here. Unfortunately, I can't do much more work today, but this is where we ended off. Cleaned out the engine bay nicely. As you can see, nice empty canvas. This fuel pressure fiasco at the back here is a bit of a disaster. So what I'm first going to do is get some new fuel lines, because they've all gone hard from sitting for 10 months. So I'm going to redo that. I also have to redo one at the back of the car. This is also how my intercooler sits in the front, although I think I might cut out that area over there. Just cut that straight there, and then cut that square out at the bottom, just to try increase some surface area of air getting to it, because it's quite blocked off over there. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it for now. I've gotten as much done as I can with the time that I have. We've got all the parts we need to start moving forward. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, please hoy a thumbs up over there. This is my first video of hopefully many. So my plan is to take all of you on my adventure with trying to get this car running, and however it progresses from there. So thanks for sticking around. I've got some big plans for this car. If you want to keep up to date and informed about it, I'd really appreciate you guys hitting that subscribe button, bell icon, thumbs up, whatever you want to do.